folks, it's Crystalline. Welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about what I am currently propagating. Before we get into what I'm currently propagating though, as I mentioned in yesterday's video, this is my aroid leaves shirt from Fertilizer Queen. I did link it in yesterday's video, but I will link it again today. I love these sweatshirts. They're super comfy, great for winter, and I get to show off how much I love plants while I'm wearing it. So check that link out down below. And Fertilizer Queen is a small business, and I know that a lot of us are trying to support small businesses this holiday season, especially after everything that has happened in 2020, with a lot of small businesses being hurt by the pandemic. So definitely give that a check. Definitely give that a look. Check out the cool apparel items and other things offered by Fertilizer Queen. But yeah, let's get into what I am currently propagating. So I am water propagating a few different plants. So I have those here with me. The first is Philodendron burl marks. I got this plant from the green flamingo, which is a local nursery or a local plant shop here in Atlanta. I don't know if I would consider it a nursery. It's more of a boutique plant shop, but it's super cute. Definitely check them out. Check them out on Instagram. But the plant was huge in like an 8 or 10 inch pot. So I just cut off a couple pieces and stuck them in water, and I'm trying to propagate them in water. I haven't seen any growth yet, but when I do see some root growth, I will of course update you guys on that. Yeah, that's the great thing about Plantmas, is that I can update you on some things that happen, that I post videos about earlier in the month. I can update you about later in the month. And so I'm also water propagating two different kinds of pothos. I have first some Cebu Blue pothos in water here, and they are definitely starting to put out some roots. I don't know if you can see that. Not super fast, but I didn't expect super fast growth as it is pretty cold and it's winter, and everything sucks in the winter. And life is harder for humans, well, some of us humans, but life is also harder for plants. I'm lucky to live in Atlanta, where it's not as cold as where I grew up and spent most of my life, but it still gets dark really early here. It's like not even 5 o'clock when I'm filming this, and it's already pretty dark outside. So yeah, it's tough in the winter. Also in the same cup of water, now that I've gotten sidetracked, I guess it's not really sidetracked, because I did say I was going to talk about mental health. You know what, let's take a minute and let's talk about mental health for a minute. It's been a rough year, guys. Like, 2020, I mean, is it cliche? It's already cliche. 2020 has been rough. I didn't plan this for this video, so sorry if I'm rambling a little bit, but yeah, I got diagnosed with like anxiety and depression at 16, so I've been dealing with that for like 8 years now. So mental health struggles are not new to me, but at the age of 24, I finally got diagnosed with ADHD. And any of you that have ever taken any medications for mental health issues know that adjusting to new meds can be really tough. And dealing with a diagnosis of ADHD at the age of 24 is weird, because, you know, most of the time you only hear about that in kids. But it goes super underdiagnosed in a lot of people, especially those of us that are assigned female at birth. we tend to be socialized different as children, and so it can be even harder for us to get diagnosed, because women are socialized to sit still and be quiet, whereas boys are already thought of as being more rambunctious and outgoing. So I guess that's the more typical presentation of ADHD, but a lot of things that people don't talk about are forgetfulness, something that I've been dealing with since childhood. I cannot tell you the number of times I've lost keys, wallets, phones, like jewelry, things that are very important to me and things that I would never lose just because I didn't care about them. But forgetfulness is a big one. Time blindness. I am either super early or super late for everything in my life. It doesn't matter if I'm hosting the party or if I'm going to the party, I will probably be late. I tend to host parties because it gives me more time, more cushion time, because I don't have to factor in travel. Not being able to tell stories. My stories take hours upon hours to tell because I get sidetracked and I think of other things that I want to mention, and I want to put in as many details as I possibly can because I like details. But yeah, that's kind of why that's kind of something that I've liked about making videos, is that if I don't script a video, it can be really hard for me to stay on track. So the fact that I didn't script this video is why it's going like this. But when I'm editing my videos, I can see myself pause and have to think about what I'm saying, because it takes so much mental energy to focus on telling a story straight through. And maybe that's why I've always been good at acting, because it's scripted and very laid out for you. But yeah, 2020's been rough. I'm struggling a lot and I am getting overwhelmed. But plants have been my outlet, and doing Vlogmas or Plantmas or whatever you want to call it was kind of a lofty goal for me, because I don't follow through with a lot of things, even when I really want to. And yeah, at the age of 24, I'm finding out why a lot of things have been the way they've been my entire life. So mental health this year has been a roller coaster. I graduated with my master's in public health, which was a huge dream of mine. I started my dream job as a foodborne disease epidemiologist. But there's also been lows, like obviously this pandemic is, even for someone who loves infectious diseases and loves learning about these things, it's terrifying. It's scary to see that not everyone responds to infectious diseases the same way. I'm too young to fully remember the response to swine flu. I wasn't alive when the AIDS epidemic first hit in the 80s. So this is the first time I'm really seeing and observing from a professional perspective and a pandemic response. So it's been a lot of learning and a lot of growing, and houseplants are really getting me through it, guys. Yeah, don't be afraid to admit if you're struggling. People want to help you, and I know a lot of my friends are struggling, and you all deserve to get help. So don't be afraid to reach out for help. So now that I have just gone off on a mental health tangent, let's get back to what I am currently propagating and what is getting me through the pandemic and 2020. So yeah, Sibubu, pothos, and also what I believe is Mandula pothos. So I'm not an expert at the different types of pothos, but I do see the differences between this and Marble Queen. But I got this as part of a Prop Don't Shop swap. So I think it's Mandula pothos, but don't quote me on that. We'll see as it grows up. A lot of the different types of pothos look really similar, and I'm trying to learn about the differences. Also, pothos and also Scindapsus, the silvery Scindapsus plants, are also a lot of them look very similar. So learning about those as well. But yeah, I've been really into pothos, Scindapsus, just trailing plants, the vining Philodendrons a lot lately. So that's what I've recently been into. But yeah, so I'm propagating some right here. So in sphagnum moss propagation, these are growing in my grow tent. I have some Hoya curtisii. I got these as part of a swap also for some strands of Hoya linearis. That was a local trade with someone from my Atlanta Plant Club or one of the Atlanta Facebook plant groups that I'm in. So that was fun. I'm not super into Hoya, but this one's kind of cool. Kind of looks like string of hearts. But yeah, so I have that in my grow tent for humidity, and then I have it in sphagnum moss. I'm probably going to take it out after this video, see if it's ready to get planted up. Yeah, so that's one of the Hoya I'm currently propagating. And then last but not least, in a propagation box of sphagnum moss, I have my Philodendron melanochrysum node that I unboxed in my plant mail video. So you can see it's putting out a growth point and is putting out some nice roots. And I just have it in a bed of sphagnum moss, and I keep the lid on it to keep the humidity up, and I have it in my grow tent. So yeah, those are some of the things that I am currently propagating. This video definitely turned into much more of a mental health check-in than a plant video, but I've said from the beginning that's what I wanted this channel to be about. So in the comments below, tell me if you are currently propagating anything, or if you just want to vent about something about 2020, or what your mental health journey has looked like this year. Leave that in the comments down below. And always, please feel free to message me if you need to talk to someone or you need advice about looking for a therapist, finding a mental health professional for your specific needs. I'm always happy to help. And yeah, stay strong, guys. We are getting through 2020, and don't be afraid to lean on your friends, especially, because that's what they're here for. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks, everyone.